Baby talk.
Baby talk.
Talk about babies, not baby talk.
Yeah.
We treat Christopher Lloyd like the man that he is. Okay, much anticipated superhero movie on a lot of levels.
Yeah, seriously, Black Panther, most hyped movie of the year, maybe of the last 3 or 4 years, particularly the superhero movies. I don't think there's anything on the horizon. Pre-ticket sales through the roof. I enjoyed this film. I'm not going to say it's the best superhero film or the best film from the Marvel Universe ever, but I certainly enjoyed it. Chadwick Boseman he's great, so charismatic and calm. Playing the king of a remote African country, which everyone thinks is dirt poor, but actually they are in fact the most technologically advanced nation on Earth. But they sort of hidden this from the rest of the world because they don't want to have their technology leak out and hurt people. And such, Angela Bassett, such a great cast, Lupita Nyong'o, Michael B. Jordan, just so much going on there. And in a lot of ways, he's sort of like James Bond, if James Bond were the head of the Secret Service instead of just one of the agents, and he's got his own Q in the form of his kid sister. The story here is really, it's not so much a origin story as a fall from grace story. Won't go into too much detail, but suffice to say that he has Michael B. Jordan playing an antagonist with a dark history, which we'll find out more later on. Andy Serkis, he also saw there, not doing the CGI thing for once, playing another bad guy, and just full of action, full of colorful costumes.
They're also flabby.
Yeah, they might need to work on that.
Certainly one of the most gorgeous looking superhero films we've ever seen. Just so wonderful to look at. For me, it just did, the villains weren't quite up to snuff. And things just kind of played out a little bit of a predictable way. But
a lot of people aren't going to care.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't going to care. So I definitely recommend this one. I'm probably a little lower on the scale than most of the people, but I don't think this one's going to have to worry about sagging ticket sales.
Okay, yeah.
Then our other film, counter-programming animated film from the Aardman Studios. People probably know them from Wallace and Gromit, all of them stop-motion animation. And Eddie Redmayne does the voice of Doug, a prehistoric man of his little tribe there. And unbeknownst to them, it turns out that there are actually some Bronze Age fellows walking around who are much more technologically advanced and come and threaten them. And so they get into this conflict, which of course has to be settled in the timeless manner of playing soccer. Or the idea being that you saw Lord Newth there that does the voice of Tom Hiddleston, does his voice, and Maisie Williams, of course we know her from Game of Thrones, does the female lead, who's kind of a city woman who takes a liking and a shine to the cavemen, and so we've got a lot of fun there. I was a little disappointed in this one. I've loved all the Aardman films. This one just didn't quite pop for me, but my kids are excited to see it, so I think we're going to be heading out this weekend to catch it. So definitely one for the kiddies and for the young at heart. Then we've got The Insult, which is an Oscar-nominated film for a foreign language film from Lebanon. First time that nation has ever had a nominee. And it's about the story of a native Christian man who is blue-collar and expecting his first child with his wife. And he gets into this conflict, really meaningless conflict with a Palestinian Muslim refugee who's in the neighborhood doing some construction work. They exchange words, some blows, and it just becomes this massive thing that rocks both their worlds. Splendidly acted, very well told. I do highly recommend this film, so go check out The Insult. And then we've got Samson, which is about Samson, and it stars nobody you've ever heard of.
I interviewed him a week or so ago.
Yeah, this is a low budget. I'm not sure. I think it's from one of the the faith-based communities producing their own film based on the. So there's obviously some biblical tenets and some lessons going on there.
Again,
a lot of bulging muscles and throwing people around.
No bone structure at all.
No bone structure. The cheeks were fantastic in this movie.
So go check out that one if you're into biblical stories made large. And our video of the week is a big one. Is Wonder. Little film. Julia Roberts kind of back on top. She's kind of stepped away from movies for a while, playing the mother of Jacob Tremblay, who's a boy who was born with severe facial problems, and now he's going to school for the first time. Owen Wilson plays the dad, and I respected this movie that it was all about what it was about, and made no bones the fact that it's a tearjerker. Tears shall be jerked, and if you can get through this movie without shedding a few, you're a bigger man or woman than me. So in our skip it, stream it, buy it rating system.
I don't want to know you.
I'm not signing up for that because I know me and I will cry.
I hate to do this, but I do it all the time where I compare a movie to another movie. Is it Mask-like? I mean, I'm going back a few years with Cher.
Yeah, I don't know. Mask never really got me right here.
that,
I would
okay.
say this one a little more so.
More, all right, you know going in.
Mask was more of a straight drama to me rather than a tearjerker.
Okay.
This is a tearjerker.
Skip it, stream it, buy it, sniff it,
Everything.
blubber.
Bring the hankies.
Well,
Yeah.
can we talk about too just how talented Jacob Tremblay is?
Yes, people.
My goodness.
He made his big. I don't know if it was his debut, but his role that people really remember is from The Room from a
Yeah.
couple years ago.
Right, Room.
Okay, that's it. All right.
With Brie Larson, and he
Right.
was so amazing in
good.
that. Just such a talented young actor.
So impressive to see very young people with acting
just
chops, not just
being-
acting like a kid,
Yeah.
like an appropriately aged kid, but having the gravity of the emotion of
Well,
particular
especially
scenes
a
and
movie
stuff,
like that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's an intense, and you have to feel.
Yeah, honestly, I went to this movie. I didn't know he was starring in it. I thought they had cast a real actor,
Okay.
and I didn't realize until the credits rolled that was him. The makeup is so good on
Wow.
it.
That's
Awesome.
That's
All right.
impressive.
Thank you as always,
Thank you
Christopher.
so
Appreciate
much,
it. Filmyap.com.